Hey, this is Jerry from Bliz Studio, and what are we going to be doing in this tutorial? Well, we're continuing in this roller splat game for just a little bit longer, and what we're going to be doing is adding a level number at the top of the screen. And if you're ready, let's go. Okay, so here we're back in Unity, and what we want to do is I want to go ahead and we're not really telling the user what level they're on, and so we're just continually playing these levels, but we don't know what level, like how far we've gone in the game. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and add a UI that's for level numbers. Okay, so the way we're going to do that is within our level manager. I want to set that up. Before I can do that, I need to create a level UI. Okay, so what I'm going to do is create a new canvas, and this is going to be specifically for my levels, and we'll go ahead and just call this level score UI. Okay, so we've got that set up, and then I also need to create a text mesh pro. So UI text mesh pro, and I want to create two of those real quick. And one is going to be for the text of level, and another is going to be for the text of the number. Okay, so let's go ahead and just type in level, and then I want to go ahead and bold that. And let's go ahead and turn off this level complete UI just so we can see there is our text. And I want to move this to the top of the screen, and I want to increase the size of it because it's a little bit on the small side. So let's maybe go 70 pixels. And now it's getting kind of scrunched. So let's increase the size of that. So let's just double click on it so we can get a little closer. And then what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and have this be right justified. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the score and the level text next to each other. Okay, so I'm going to have this be right justified, and then I'm going to put the number here. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to scooch that over a little bit, and then I want to make sure this is in that same spot no matter what screen resolution we go to. In the rect transform, you've got this little box in the upper left-hand corner of that rect transform. This tells me if my canvas is bigger or smaller. Let's go ahead and make sure it's in this certain position. Okay, so we're going to anchor it to the top center of the screen. Okay, so no matter what size our screen's going to go, it's going to always be in that center spot. Okay, so I also need to create another text mesh pro, so I'm just going to duplicate that one because it's kind of in the spot we need it to be, and I'm going to call this level score. Okay, and then I want this to be right justified, and then I'm going to change the text to just XXX because that's just gives me 4 places, however many you want to create there, of text that's going to go in that spot. And there we've kind of got it positioned where we need it to be. And I think we're good to go. Cool. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to go into my level manager, and I want to update this score right here, this XXX, with a number. Okay. And so first we need to create a variable for that number. And what we're going to do is be able to update that number every time we have a level complete. So I'm going to go in my level manager, I'm going into variables, and I'm going to create an int type of variable. And an int is just a whole number, so no decimal points. And we'll call this level score. So that's an int. And we're going to start off with a value of 1. So when we do a level complete, we'll just add 1 to that number. Okay, so here we have the variable, but we need to actually change that variable into a string value because the text mesh pro, the text that's in that text mesh pro game object is a string. Okay, so we need to convert an int to a string. Okay, so we've got convert int to string here. Convert int to string. Okay, so I've got that set up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the level score and I want to change that into a string variable. So I don't have a string variable created just yet, but so let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to create a new variable, and I'll call this level score UI. Okay, so the name needs to be just a little bit different. So I'm changing the int value of level score into a string, and then what we're going to do is use that string to update that text. Okay, so the way we're gonna do that is we're gonna take this text piece up here, so the level score in our UI, we're gonna drag that down into our state. And then it's saying, hey, what do you wanna do? Well, we want to set a property, okay? And then it's saying, hey, what property is it that you wanna update? And there's a ton of those. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna update a text string, okay? So the text of that game object, the string value of that is what we're going to update, and we're going to update it with our string value that we've set up as level score UI. Okay, so here we're taking that value of 1, that number, we're changing it into a string, and then we're updating the text that's in the UI with that string. Okay, so let's give this a test real quick. So this number, or this XXX up here, should change to 1. So let's give that a try real quick. Boom, there we go. So that's changed. Now, that hasn't really done anything for us just yet because we're not adding to that. So we need to go over to our level complete. And when we do complete a level, we need to add to that number. Okay, so we're going to do an int add. So we'll do int add. So we've got that, and what is it? What int value is it that we want to add to? Create that level score variable. So level score, we're just going to add 1 to that. So if it's 1 plus 1, it equals 2, right? And then so that should go back and reset the ball and create level. And let's give this a test. So now, once we complete a level, this should be updated to 2. So we've got next level, we hit next level, and boom, now we're at number 2. And then the next one, we'll go to number 3. Boom, there we go. Okay. And that was another great tutorial, and now we have a level number at the top of the screen. And again, please share these tutorials. Hit like, subscribe, and that little bell icon down there so you know when the next tutorial is available. Until next time, peace.